Real quick, I just wanted to share with you that From Scratch is an independent podcast that is not backed by any investors. If you do enjoy these types of inspirational stories and would like to support the podcast, I will leave a donation link somewhere above or below this video where you can make your donations discreetly and safely. If, on the other hand, you have a business and would like to advertise during one of the episodes, I have three types of sponsorship packages that basically fit any type of budget for your business. Any financial contribution is highly appreciated, and I cannot thank you enough for your continued support. But you don't have to donate in order to support the podcast. All you have to do is just simply subscribe and share it with your community so that these meaningful stories will reach a wider audience. Thank you for listening. Now let's go back to the episode. Welcome to From Scratch, the podcast where our guests talk about their journey of success and failures. My name is Joko. I'll be the host of the podcast. And today with me, I have Alyson. Now, if these success stories are actually something that inspire you, make sure that you hit subscribe and share them with somebody to inspire their day as well. Now, Allison, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you.
Did I say your name correctly,
You
Allison?
did. It's
Yeah.
nothing special. It's just got a different spelling.
It's with a Y,
Yep.
Allison with a Y.
One L and a Y.
Tell us a little bit about yourself briefly before we go deep into the obviously what you do now and where you are now.
Oh.
Who is Allison?
First and foremost, a wife and a mother and a multiple pet owner. I
Nice.
have one dog, one cat, and two rabbits. I
Okay.
love rabbits. And
How do the rabbits fit in that mix?
so I grew up I had two sisters, and we all had a ton of animals. My mom just let us get what we wanted. So we had two dogs, we had three rabbits because each one of us got our own rabbit, and then we had birds. And so when I moved from Ohio to Illinois, and my husband started working more, I was like, I want rabbits. So I
Okay.
just started. So I just grabbed them. I got one at a time, and we had three. Now we're down to two. The only thing is they like to chew on trim and baseboards.
Cables? No?
Okay, yeah, and cables.
Yeah.
So that part doesn't work. So kudos to my husband for keeping us both around despite that.
You know, having to put up with us.
Yeah, all of us having to put up with all of us.
So, what is something that puts a smile on your face?
I feel like I'm a positive person, and the littlest things just put a smile on my face. Like somebody who's excited. I teach aerobics classes in Plainfield, and like somebody who's so excited to come to the class that day, or said at the end of class, I really didn't want to be here, but after I came, I'm so glad I'm here. You know, little things like that, or just my kids being nice to me.
Is that unusual?
I have a 14-year-old daughter.
Okay, that is unusual then.
And then I have an 11-year-old son who,
I can see you're filtering
I'm
what you
trying
want
to
to say.
filter because she's going to listen to this later. And then I have an 11-year-old son, but we're opposites. My daughter and I, like, I'm very bubbly and all this, and she's, somebody said stoic.
Okay.
She's stoic. It's just like things like when they're happy, I'm happy. When my husband's happy, I'm happy. I'm easily I feed off of people. I
Okay.
feed off of people.
You're an introvert, a people's person.
Yeah, and a pleasing person and a people person for sure.
Where'd you grow up? Tell me a little bit about
Yeah,
that.
so it's a little suburb on the east side of Cincinnati.
Okay.
Things in Plainfield are a lot closer. So everything was a little farther away, like 20 minutes to a friend's house and things like that. But just kind of like Plainfield. And I grew up there, went to Catholic schools, and grew up with my mom and my dad and my two older sisters. And the best part was I grew up next door to my grandparents.
Oh, that is
Right
convenient.
next door. It was amazing. So if we didn't like what mom made for dinner, we'd run next door,
Oh my
go
God.
get dinner there. Or if my friends wanted to hang out, they'd want to hang out with my grandparents. So we called them Grandma and Judja, which Judge is technically
Yeah.
Polish for
Yeah.
old man.
Oh, really?
It is. So my grandma didn't want to be called Baba, which is technically Polish for old woman.
Uh-huh.
So that's why we had Grandma and Judja instead of Baba and Judja. So,
Really? Because in Serbian, it's dedo.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Does it mean the grandpa?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Exactly.
that's
Baba
what
is grandma, dedo is grandpa.
that's what my judge had told me, that it
Mm-hmm.
meant old man.
Mm-hmm. Which technically, I mean, grandpa is an old man.
Yeah.
It's a technicality.
Technicality, I like that. So we grew up next to them. It was so much fun. Like every holiday, every day, whatever. It was like the best childhood.
Tell us about a beautiful day during those times, right? Like, what was a perfect day that stuck to your memory, I
Yeah.
guess.
Cincinnati, I know people think Ohio means cold like here,
Mm-hmm.
but it is not. It's we're right on the border of Kentucky.
Okay.
We had milder winters and we had really pretty summers and the humidity and all that. And my judge would mow the lawn. And my mom bought us, which seems so fancy at the time. It was, I think, a horse trough that she turned into a pool in the backyard, but it was huge. It was huge. And so Jaja would finish mowing the lawn and then he'd jump in the pool, our little horse trough, with us and like hang out with us.
I'm from Macedonia, right?
Okay.
So that's basically how I grew up as well, with my grandparents.
Mm-hmm.
So unfortunately, they didn't live on this like next to us, so I
Oh,
had to
yeah.
walk to them. But I can totally relate to that because we would do the same thing. If somebody were to meet you back then, what kind of a person would they have met?
I me all the way around. Like there's no two-sidedness of me.
Okay.
I want people to be happy. I was like that when I was a kid. I want everyone to get along. I don't want any arguing. I don't want any confrontation. And I was like that as a kid and I'm still like that now. I want everything to be happy.
Obviously, there is arguments, there is confrontations. What do you do to avoid it?
I married a man that does not like confrontation also. And then we raised two children who don't like confrontation also.
Okay.
So it worked really well. And my mom and dad, I grew up with them not arguing. Like they never argued in front of us. Like looking back, my mom's like, "Oh, we were mad at each other that day," and I was like, "You were?" You like they just didn't. It wasn't right to fight in front of the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a little bit of a people pleaser, so even if I didn't want to do something, I'd be like, "Okay," just so we would keep things copacetic. So I feel like that's something I need to work on in today's life. But if someone gets in a text messaging fight with me or just tries to start one, you will not get a response.
Oh, wow.
I
Okay.
am not I'm not doing it.
So
So,
just pushing the ignore button and that's
ignore
it,
button. I
right?
love the ignore button. I hate anger. I hate feeling angry. I hate feeling sad. Like I just want to be like life is good, life is great, find the positive.
Looking for the positive is a good thing actually.
Hmm.
But sometimes it's really hard to find a positive in something. Can you share with me a moment where it was hard to find a positive?
I will say I wasn't the world's best student.
Okay.
So um, it was really frustrating for me because I never was a good student in Catholic schools where you had all the friends that were like excelling and had the straight A's and the honors and all of that. And for me to study, all night long, all week long, and to get a C, you're like, oh my gosh, like you guys are barely touching the books and you are,
Excelling.
excelling. You're doing great. And I'm here trying to like figure myself out and like I got a C and I had to
Mm,
learn to be happy as a C student.
okay.
I just wasn't going to be that person. I wasn't going to be that book smart person. And my mom once said, not everyone is book smart, but at least you could be people smart. And people smart to me is more important because I do know some book smart people that are not people smart. And I don't like the way they treat others. So,
Those little moments are what define us today. That I mean,
yeah, that's true.
I've also run into a lot of issues that in retrospect when I think now I'm like, yeah, but I learned a valuable lesson from that.
I wouldn't change anything about my childhood because it did teach me a lot who I wanted to be, and it taught me the type of person I wanted to spend the rest of my life with and the person I didn't want to spend the rest of my life with. Like I really learned a lot.
Who was that person that little Allison
Oh,
was imagining that she would be one day?
oh, I thought I would be with somebody that was like a bodybuilder
Oh
in
my
the
goodness.
gym all the time and then like always pleasing me. Like I always thought I wanted to be the one that like taking care of me all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I did date a couple guys like that. And then I was like, oh, they're annoying. Like, it's annoying that you're choosing the gym over me. It's annoying that you're like giving me another present to make me happy because you think you pissed me off. Like, I married the total opposite of what, not that he's not a wonderful person and he doesn't work out. That didn't sound good. But,
I know what you mean, though.
but I married
Character
someone,
wise.
but I married someone that cares about me first and the kids first.
Hmm.
Like, Matthew is like, I call him the number one husband and the number one dad. He's just there for us no matter what.
What about on the business side, like as a career?
I went to school for communications, and my first dream was to be a broadcaster. Like, I wanted to be the morning anchor girl,
Okay.
like, type thing. But as I learned, I'm not the most polished person. And
Which,
we're
by the way, I haven't heard anything of you slip up in so
no,
far.
I'm not like I don't cuss. I'm more like like that type of thing.
Hmm.
I love organizing events in people's lives. And so I actually got a job from after college at Hawksworth Blood Center in Cincinnati. So it was a nonprofit blood center. And I coordinated the blood drives for churches and schools
Nice.
and different places. And I would give speeches. This is what surprises me that I could do this. I gave speeches to hundreds of people about the importance of donating blood. And then I would organize their blood drive.
That is impressive because a lot of people just freeze up on the stage, and the stage fright is real.
And when I was in eighth grade, we got to try to do a speaking thing, and I did a eulogy on Bing Crosby, and I had to speak about Bing Crosby all over the schools in the area. And I've always been into public speaking, which is kind of strange to me, but I've always enjoyed.
Why strange?
Honestly, my dad started a business when I was 5 years old,
Okay.
and the business started in the basement, and the employees were in the basement, and he grew with it, and he would speak. My dad, he could command a room.
Okay.
Like, he had that really good speech. So I guess when I looked at him, I was like, well, he's doing it. I could do it. And then my mom, when I was 5, she started to teach group fitness classes. You are in front of a room, you're in
Mm-hmm.
front of all those people, and you're calling things out to the beat
Mm-hmm.
as well. So, which I later became a group fitness instructor too. So I do
Really?
that, yeah.
So you didn't have a specific dream in mind, did you?
No, I probably would have stayed at Hawksworth and done the blood center thing. Like, I was very happy there. I didn't think about having my own company. There wasn't even a thought. Now, I always think though, my dad had his own company. Maybe it was kind of in the back of my head. And my sister, my middle sister, she's a massage therapist. She owns her own company. So it's obviously in our family gene a little
To like
bit to do it, but
private.
never would have dreamed I would have done this.
Was there ever a moment, like a defining moment, where everything changed for you and you were like, yeah, I think I should start working on this?
When we moved here, when we moved to Plainfield, I knew a few people and they were very good to us, but we moved here. My husband's company moved us here, and it was really lonely because I grew up in Cincinnati next to my grandparents. I hung out with my mom. She's one of my best friends. I hung out with her all the time, and I had 2 little kids. And then you dumped me in Plainfield. I don't know very many people, and my husband worked long hours because he wanted to give his all to that company, and I was alone a lot. I needed to find my place in Plainfield, and I loved Plainfield when we moved here, but it was a lonely
What year
start.
did you move here?
2016. We looked at a couple towns, and we have really wonderful friends who our kids call aunt and uncle, and so we wanted to be close to them, and so we stayed with Plainfield,
That is
which I'm
so awesome.
so glad we did.
Yeah, I love the community here actually.
I found a place to teach it at the local YMCA in Plainfield, and that's probably where I first started feeling the community feeling was the Plainfield Y, and it kind of grew from there.
Okay.
But it wasn't. It was a lonely couple of years because he was always working. But if we didn't have our really good friends that lived down the road, they would bring us for dinners and take us out and kind of made us a part of the family. Because I came from being with my parents or my husband's parents every weekend. Like we were always together.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was definitely really hard at first.
Did it ever feel like in the beginning that, yeah, I've got it figured out. I know what I'm doing.
God, no. Never. Never. I I think that's part of the fun is to not feel, and that's the other thing. If you know what you want to do right away and then you don't hit your own expectations, you feel like a failure,
Mm-hmm.
which then makes you sad or angry. And I do not want to feel sad or angry.
Mm-hmm.
So you just kind of go as you go.
So you do real estate,
Mm-hmm.
but you mentioned you also have other businesses that you're running at the same time.
Yes. And
S-
those are first.
So which one was the first one?
Canini Dog Sitting.
Canini Dog Sitting.
Mm-hmm.
When did you jumpstart that?
About 6.5 years ago, when we first moved here 9 years ago, and we would go out of town, we would drive to Cincinnati, drop off our dog at my in law's house, and then go on vacation because we just never, she was
Oh
never in a
my
kennel.
goodness.
Yeah, that, and they loved her so much, and we were never in a kennel. And then we got a second dog. And I was like, I can't do this to them. Hi, I have a new dog. Now you get to watch too. So my friend told me about rover.com, which is kind of like care.com, but for dogs.
Okay.
We went on a little trip to Wisconsin Dells. It was great. They slept in bed with her and her husband and
Nice.
just like they would at our house.
Mm-hmm.
Just same thing as our house. And we were leaving and I said, "Oh, I think the dogs had a good time." And my daughter said, "Why don't we do that?" And I was like, "Why don't we? Like, let's try it." So I started on Rover,
Okay.
but it's a lot like background checks. It took months to get approved. You had to show like your yard and your house. And for a while there, I didn't think we would get it. I didn't know it was that tough. So I started on Rover just to get my feet wet. And our first dog we watched was a French bulldog named Gucci. So she was our very first client.
The screening part of the company of Rover,
Yes.
you want that, right? Because you want to make sure as a dog owner that, first of all, you're leaving it in capable hands.
And that's what people are like, I don't know if I could trust Rover. I don't know. And I was like, well, according to them, they only accept 20% of the people who apply.
Right.
And so then I felt good. I got accepted. I was in it. They covered our insurance. It was like it was a nice first step.
What was the defining moment for you? Like, I don't need Rover. I know people. People know me.
I don't like saying no.
Okay.
And I got to the point where I had enough clients that I couldn't help all of them. And I had more clients. So I said, all right, we have the money now to get our own insurance, our own accreditation. Let me hire one person to help out because we do dog walking, we do drop-in visits. We had dogs in our home. We could have people have watch dogs in their own home. So I couldn't do it all.
Mm-hmm.
And I hired my first person. They all are people I know or know from a different person. Like
Mm-hmm.
they're nobody out of the blue, if that
Okay.
makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I've had Edith on my team for about 4 years now, and I don't know what I'd do without her. She's amazing. And like she's probably one of my first ones, and I have now 11.
Wow.
I have 11 contractors.
That is amazing. That
Yeah.
that is some significant growth in that amount of time.
Yeah. I now that you say that, yeah.
It, sometimes we have to take a step back and be like a few years ago, I was still applying at Rover,
Yeah.
right? And now
Yeah.
I'm managing 11 people.
Yeah, that's all right. I'll give you that one.
So take me through a rough day.
A rough day.
You see what I did
Yeah,
there?
a rough day. I honestly don't have high school people. I have stay-at-home moms or retired from their job, things like that, or working part-time, but 20s, 30s, 40s. They're all older. But things come up and a rough day would be, they have an emergency or something fell through and now I'm the one. I do enjoy doing it though. I'm the one that has to pick up the pieces. We'll figure it out. We're going to find a sitter for you. I just
Mhm.
did that this morning, actually. The one sitter had an emergency. All right, you're coming to my house now. Like, and we figured it out where Zoe was going to stay.
Mhm.
Coordinating can be difficult, especially when life happens.
Did you ever feel like quitting?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I mean by unpolished.
No, that
Yes.
I love that. Absolutely. Why? What made you feel like you were like enough?
Because once again, I feed off of people's energy.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like I was making no one happy. It's like I couldn't watch the dog enough dogs to make this person happy. And then, maybe a sitter didn't make one of my clients happy. And then like everyone seemed like I wasn't enough to them.
Hmm.
And so I was like, well, maybe I should just sell this, move on. I created something really nice and then, sell it to somebody who could take it from there. And then I realized that I was just having a moment. One guy said, "You never make rash decisions. You give yourself 48 hours." So I gave myself some time, talked it over with my husband, and I was like, I don't really want to sell. So, yeah, I mean, it's just you have that, like, you just feel down on yourself, or you feel like you can't do it anymore. Or
What pushes you to keep on going in those moments?
I love my clients. Like, those dogs that I watch are my children. And I absolutely love it. And they become a part of the family. And then when people say to me, "You're their second home, you're their second mom," it just makes me so happy.
It
To
makes you feel good on
It
the
makes you
inside,
feel
right?
good. It makes me feel so good. And I love we have a lot of clients that they will say, "I'm thinking about going on vacation here.
Mm-hmm.
Are you available? If you're available, then I'll book my vacation." So like
Interesting.
now I'm their first stop to make sure. And it's like, I want to be that person that, like, yes, I can do it. So then, yes, you book your vacation.
Now, besides the I almost said panini.
You wouldn't be the first one. Just so you know, Canini is the
Okay.
Latin word for
Canine,
canine.
yes.
And since I grew up Catholic, I had to, have my little ode.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I did Canini. But
Interesting.
people call it panini, or they just call it like canine, like they forget that
Mm-hmm.
but that's how it came from.
Interesting. So besides that, you mentioned you're doing a few things.
hmm
What's another thing?
My husband has been in web development for 21 years, and he said, "Do you want to start a website for pet accessories?"
Okay.
And I was like, "All right, let's do it." Me, yeah. So we started this website, Canini Shop, very on brand with us.
Mm-hmm.
It was hard to do everything online. I'm obviously not an online person. I want that
Face to
face to
face.
face. That I don't want to, be teaching a group fitness class and be like, by the way, online you can buy. I want to be with the community, and I wanted the community to know me, and I wanted to know the community more because I was starting with Canini Dog Sitting to get to know people.
Mm-hmm.
So we started Canini Shop, and he built the website, but I wanted to do more, so I knew there was craft fairs are really big here,
Mm-hmm.
like really nice, really big. So I was like, I'm gonna go do some craft fairs. I'm gonna bring my products. I'm gonna do these craft fairs. Well, then I learned I am so low on the totem pole because some of these people have been doing craft fairs, 20 years or whatnot, that I couldn't get into the good ones. And if you
Oh,
could get into the good ones, it was more money. And as a,
like
new,
applications,
yes,
like
the
to get in?
application, yep, the
I didn't
application to
know
get it.
that.
Yeah, like now you make great money off of it, but you do take that risk, especially being new.
Mm.
So I applied for like the cheaper ones that weren't as expensive, and it was okay. So I decided to try my own.
Besides getting into those fairs, did you have any other struggles with, product launches or anything like that? Or,
Websites weren't my strong suit. So
mm-hmm.
I never knew like how to, oh, to me, it was like, this was pretty, that was pretty.
Right.
Someone would like this, someone would like that. And I had to streamline it. And I would have so many products online if it was up to me. And my husband's like, we got to streamline. We got
Mm-hmm.
to, this is his specialty. Everything I thought would be really good to sell or that I think people would really like, not everything, but a lot of things, I was
Mm-hmm.
like, why isn't it selling?
Right.
You cannot predict people, or you go to one craft fair and they'd buy every dog bow. And then you're like, okay, I got to order more. And then you go and not one, you ordered a ton more for it. And then no one bought one.
Mm-hmm.
So you can never, you think you can predict them. You cannot.
So, okay, so we have Rover started with, you know, with the dog sitting idea and everything. You started your own dog sitting. Now your website selling online. What else is there?
The year before, I went to the downtown Plainfield Small Business Saturday. And I took my mom, and she's like, "Wow, I've never seen we didn't have that growing up, I guess, that those small businesses like that you could just walk and shop." And she's like, "Wow, everyone's really out here. This is amazing. This what a supportive place." And so the next Small Business Saturday, I was like, "I have this little shop. I can't stand on the streets. That won't work." So I went to DNA Activewear. They had before they made their 815 project room.
Okay.
They had just the nice back room. It's very nice. And I said, "Can I host? Can I get like 6 crafters? Let's just try it. Small Business Saturday. Like bring it, bring some in." So I've gotten to know some crafters at the point, and most of them were from Plainfield. And I did it. I just came up like a month before with this little craft fair in the back of this room.
Really?
And I had a really good success. It was kind of a like 70-30, like 70 of us did really well,
Okay.
30 did not. But then we all got to know each other, and they come to my craft fairs, we still support each other. That was my first time hosting one and coordinating one, and it just kind of came out of the blue because I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it.
So are you now coordinating craft fairs as well?
I am. So I am the coordinator for the downtown Plainfield artisan markets that are in Sanctuary. So
Wow.
Sovereign, Sovereign Restaurant
Mm-hmm.
behind is that beautiful Sanctuary
Mm-hmm.
events. Not only is the place beautiful, the owners are the nicest people, like the nicest people. So we formed a team, and we started with one in December of 2022, and it was a raging success. I couldn't believe how many people came out to support, and all I did was go Facebook, and I put flyers up in downtown Plainfield, and I coordinated 35 crafters to come in, and we kept the price a little lower because we weren't sure what we were getting into,
Mm-hmm.
what it was.
When you say price, you mean ticket price, like entrance, or
No,
for the
so for the
crafters?
crafters.
Okay.
So I don't like to charge to get into craft fairs because I'd rather you spend it on the people or on the food or the
Mm-hmm.
drink. But at Sanctuary, it became the bar was open, you could get a drink, you could shop. When I done ones where they were at schools, it was like the husband was dragged along with the wife's purse and he's rolling his eyes and all this. And then at this one, it was cute because the first one I had, the husband and wife or boyfriend and girlfriend, they would cheers with their drinks and then they'd begin their shopping. Like they'd get their drink from the bar,
Oh, okay.
cheers at the beginning of our shopping experience, and they'd go around and then they'd get a second drink, go around more.
Interesting.
It was really, and then
Okay.
families, friends, you'd have girls with shopping afternoons and things like that as well. So it was the experience I always wanted to give other people.
Tell me where does, because when I met you at the CNN the other day, you introduced yourself as a realtor
Hmm.
to me. So where does real estate fit in all of this? I mean, we've got dog sitting, we've got event
Uh,
organizing.
my goal is to cover services, cover every service possible.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want to be that person that, I will watch your dog, but if you need a new concrete patio, I got a guy. Like,
Nice.
I want to be, if you want a new wreath for your front door, I got a girl. I want to show all that Plainfield has to offer. And being a real estate agent was always something in the back of my mind that I wanted to do.
Since when?
I love looking at houses.
Okay.
Like, who is just like looking at them? And my husband and I always would love to like drive by houses and take a look.
Interesting.
And
So that desire to
totally,
look at homes and the style and the designs, I'm assuming also interior, not only exterior, right?
yeah. I mean, I'm no decorator,
Okay.
but I do love what people can come up with.
Mm-hmm.
And I have my real estate license in Illinois and Florida.
Okay.
So, Southwest Florida, that's like my dream to move there. But I have Illinois, and we opened the new John Green office in
Mm-hmm.
downtown Plainfield. And it just fit. Like, it's across from the sanctuary almost where I
Mm-hmm.
have my events. And I have the dog sitting business in Plainfield. And it's just one more service to take care of for people.
It's interesting to see how your mind works, basically.
Oh, is it little? like squirrel. No,
Like a
squirrel.
like a squirrel.
Like, have you ever seen somebody's like talking and then they're like squirrel? Like that would be. I think that might be me. I just thought that was my step,
Hmm.
and it's kind of an odd step. Like it's hard to say, hi, I'm Alyson Yates, the owner of Canini Dog Sitting, Canini Shop, realtor at John Green, and realtor at South State
Here's
in
the
Florida.
list.
I know.
Right.
Can we just make this easier? We did branch out with Canini and we added pet waste removal.
Okay.
Like we kept just adding little services.
Yeah, but those are complementary to the dog
It
sitting
is.
service.
It is. And the other thing we do is weddings, which is one of my favorites.
What do you mean weddings
So
for?
the dog, no, I don't do a wedding for a dog.
The,
If you want
threw me
me
off.
to,
Sorry.
if you want me to, I will. So you're getting married
Mm-hmm.
and you want your dogs in the pictures, or you
Okay.
want your dogs to go down the aisle, or
Okay.
I will bring your dogs to your wedding. I will get them set up for pictures. I'll help you walk them down the aisle, whatever you need. And then when you're done with them, I leave and take them home. And then you enjoy your wedding for the night, and I do a sleepover with the dogs at my house or your house.
Running so many businesses and ideas right into businesses takes a really strong support system. Because if you don't have the support system, you wouldn't have any of that.
I wouldn't have been able to do any of that, you
Talk to me
know.
about your support system.
So my husband Matthew, sky's the limit with him. I could tell him whatever I'd want to do, and he's like, "All right, let's do it." It was a little shocking at first just to have him say, "You want to do this? Go ahead and do it. I'll be there for you." I mean, we've had dogs sleeping in our bed, like three, four, five dogs at night sleeping
Wow.
in our bed because I don't want them on my couch. I want to know they're safe and feel warm and cozy. So they're in bed with us. And then he just like, okay, here's another one. And without him, like to move to the next level, and then I say, I want to be a real estate agent. He's like, all right, where do you want to start it at? It's like for the Canini shop, I got another order. And he's like, all right, I'll fill it. Without him, I'd have nothing. I would have done nothing. My kids, for the dog sitting, they're very helpful. And my daughter, I call her my right hand. So remember, she's the stoic one,
Mm-hmm.
but she's so good with animals. She's so wonderful with them. They've puked on her, they've pooped on her, and she just is like cleaning up and no big deal. And
Just another
just,
Monday.
yeah, just another day. And some sleep with her. So they're supposed to some sleep in crates, but they always end up in bed with us.
Okay.
It's kind of how it works. And so she's like, all right, who are mine tonight? And we just like this weekend, we're going to have four. And she,
Wow.
and so she'll be like, "Who are mine?" And she just does it with us. And my son he's that one that like pets him for a minute and then goes plays a video
Yeah.
game. But he would do anything for us. My main supporter is my husband Matthew. I mean, my husband has rolled his eyes a couple times too.
At
One, I can't say no, and I'll end up with like I learned to say no. I would like to have a proud moment right now. I used to.
that's a grown up
I
moment.
know as a grown I would have like 7 dogs at my house because I didn't want to say no and I didn't have any other sitters and I was like, I can't say no to them. They need to go on this trip. They need to take care of this. And he's like, but look at our house and look. And one day I said, I want to stay married, so I gotta learn to say no.
Yeah.
And he just was like, oh, and he just deals with it. Like I said, do you want the good news or bad news today? And he's like, what's the bad news? It's like, we're getting an extra dog. And he's like, okay, it just, like I joke
Wow.
about it, but he
Yeah.
takes it really well.
Is this something which you had imagined success would be like, look like, feel like?
I feel like I am successful now, but I never would have thought I would, if that makes sense. Like I thought this was just something I wanted to do, just me. And then it just kept growing and building. And now it's to the point where people know Canini Dog Sitting, where I don't have to advertise on Facebook. They just come to me, or I have so many reviews and they come to my website, or they know about me at the gym or whatnot. So to me, I never thought this would be what success would look like, but this is the exact success I wanted
Mm-hmm.
because I am known for helping others. And I just want to keep doing that. Like when we started doing yard waste removal, you wouldn't think people would be so thrilled for us to clean poop in their backyard, but their kids couldn't play because they didn't have time to clean up the yard. And all winter long, the snow and the poop and the snow and the poop.
Mm-hmm.
And we would spend, like 2 hours just cleaning up their yard. They give us the biggest tip and the biggest thank yous. And you're like, wow, I didn't know I'd make such a difference
Mm-hmm.
on something to me that seems small or
Right.
insignificant.
And now you are a Canini dog owner, a
Can,
sitting owner,
Canini Dog Sitting. Wait, let's see if I can do it.
and
Canini Dog Sitting, Canini Shop, Downtown Plainfield Artist and Market Coordinator, John Green Realtor, and Southwest Florida Cell State Realtor. Is that
that
all?
that is a long list.
I know.
Do you feel fulfilled, or do you feel like I'm just getting started?
There's nothing else I'd want to do. Like the the group fitness classes keeps me healthy, and then the dog sitting keeps me fulfilled, and the real estate gives just feeds into that love of people and to help people. So I'm super thrilled with where I am. And would I like to do more in real estate? Yes, but I think I would rather it come organically as people got to know me more.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the type of person to be like, Alyson Yates, John Green Realtor. Like
In your face, kind of.
I just am not, but maybe you'll get to know me and you'll like me and one day you'll think of me again.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's in dog sitting or pet accessories or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, I'd be happy to do it. And the most fulfilling part of this was when I became a part of the Plainfield Masterminds. Have you heard of them?
I think I just saw an email something like, is there a mastermind lesson kind of thing, sign up sheet going around,
There
or is that
shouldn't
something
be. That
else?
should be something else. But Allison Ramey,
Okay.
Kristen Brady are all like two of the masterminds in our group, and it's a group of entrepreneurs,
Okay.
and we meet every Wednesday, and we genuinely care as much about your success as you do, and we help each other, and you hear their struggles, and you hear what's going on, and you're like, oh, I'm not the only one. Oh, I'm not
Mm-hmm.
the only one that wanted to give up. Like
Absolutely.
like that group to me is what Plainfield's all about. And
Absolutely.
and it's just they're the most wonderful, genuine people. So Kristen Brady and Jeff Burgess and Nicole Isabelli, they came up with this group. It was our 1 year anniversary in February. So it's a newer
Nice.
group.
Okay.
And we're full. We have 20 people involved. We help each other. Like the whole point is to help each other's
Right.
business grow and succeed.
Now, speaking of lessons learned, uh, each business carries its own weight, obviously, with it, right? And lessons that you have learned, things maybe you got burned somewhere or this, that. Is there a common lesson between all of them?
If you're everything for everyone else, I'm talking, maybe this is a good lesson. All right,
It's a
listen,
therapy
a
session right
therapy
here.
session. You, if you're everything for everybody else, when are you there for yourself? I just came up with that. I feel so smart right now. I've learned that I I always go to my husband. Like he's always the one that I go to. So I give all my everything to everyone else, and then I go to him and I regain feeling whole again. But that's not fair to him at times. And I think I'm learning that to maybe say no when people say thank you to me or write nice reviews or whatever. You're like, oh, this feels so good. This is why I do it. But it's
Hmm.
hard to feel, are you a success? Did you become successful enough? And how do you define
Success in the first
success?
place.
How do you define success? And I don't want to.
How?
Yeah, I was gonna
Good
say
question. Good question, Allison. I just thought of a great question. How do
how
you
do you
define
define
success?
success? Money isn't everything. Like we all think everyone thinks you start a small business and oh they're rich. They started a small business. That has nothing to do with it. And most of the time, you're just trying to get by or pay the bills that month. But it's yours. You grew it. You did it from the beginning, from scratch. And I feel like that's how you define it. Like, did I set out what my goal was? And do I have more goals? which I honestly think I'm good. I have hit my goal. I have hit my goals, and it's hard to define. Like it's hard to say what success. What ooh, success is different for every person.
I feel like success is not about money as well.
Mm-mm.
I feel like it's more the freedom to do with your time what you want. Now, if you live beyond your means, obviously you need to make more money to live at
Mm-hmm.
those means. But if you are sane enough and smart enough to work the money that you have to please you to a certain way and to be enough for you, you don't need to put in extra hours. You don't need to get extra jobs. You don't need to go the extra
Yeah.
mile to keep up with your, lifestyle so that other people can say, "Oh, he's rich."
Yes. That's um, and growing up with my dad having his small business, they just weren't those type of people. It wasn't like they were flashy or,
Mhm.
and there was a time in his career where he did really well. And I don't think you would really know it. Like he is who he is, and he likes his Docker pants and his same Docker shirt. And, my mom loves a good sale.
Mhm.
And it was like it didn't matter. I feel like a success like a person I never thought I would be. I
Mhm.
never thought I'd be on a podcast, working in downtown Plainfield, going to, different networking events with the Plainfield Shorewood Chamber of Commerce. Like I never thought I'd be that person, and I
Mhm.
love it. And I love being I never thought I'd be a community person either. We didn't really do that in Cincinnati. Or I didn't. Let's just say I
Right.
didn't do that.
You're slowly bringing me to my next point with those
Oh,
remarks, actually.
I'm so
Uh,
good at this.
I know you are natural. Now, what would you tell somebody that is, young and is looking into, I don't know, starting their career and stuff like that? What kind of an advice would you give?
You see these people that start businesses and they have like they bought everything they need to start their business. They spent thousands upon thousands upon thousands. And you're like, well, how you spent more than you're going to make the first year. Start small. Just see if you even enjoy it. Because you could think you want to do something and put all this money and time into it and you could hate it. Don't go gangbuster. That's what I would say my advice is. Like, don't go nuts. Don't go gangbusters. Just start small, see if you enjoy it, and see if you can grow it from there.
Winning battles is sometimes more important than winning the war.
Beautiful.
Which one do you prefer?
Oh, God.
Which one is like, I like the dog sitting, but I also love real estate.
The dog sitting is a lot on my home. There, whether I like it or not, someone's going to poop or pee in my house.
True.
So I would love to focus on real estate more and then get more dog sitters so that I would stop watching dogs in my home. It kept up a few, like how
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
some become my family. Some are
Right.
my family.
Right.
I would like to go home to my home a little bit
Mm-hmm.
and have it back to being a showcase instead of a dog
A
showcase.
dog hound.
A dog pound. Like a
Pound. Did
pound.
I say hound?
I
I
think
said
you do.
yeah.
So, but Canini will always be a part of my life. And
It's your little baby,
it's
right?
my little baby. And I love it. I would like some new carpet. I mean, it sounds like my house is trashed and it is
And
not.
I'm sure it's not.
It's not, but
I'm
it's
sure it's not.
it's like for 6.5 years, it's been a home business, like in and
Mm-hmm.
out with dogs and everything. And I would say we've been blessed with about 90% of the dogs being awesome, but you still have that little bit percentage that you're like, why'd you pee again?
Yep.
Like, why can't you go outside? Canini will always be my number one love, but real estate is where I'm heading.
Where can people find out more about Canini, about you as a realtor? Where can they reach out?
So I have CaniniDogSitting.com, CaniniShop.com. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram. So for Facebook, it's under Alyson Michelle Yates. So that's my personal. And I also post about John Green there. And then on my Instagram, I have Alyson sells Plainfield, Illinois, and that would be for that. And then I have Canini. I have a lot of Instagram accounts. Canini Dog Sitting,
Okay.
Alyson's Canini Shop.
But I would like to close the show with these remarks. We are getting close again to another 30
Oh,
minutes here.
wow.
I know. We've been here for an hour and a half,
Oh, we're good.
right?
I should be your co host.
You should. You always said you wanted to become like a
I did. Oh
broadcaster or
my God.
something,
I
right?
want to come here when Allison Ramey comes. Oh,
Tomorrow. She'll be here
she's
tomorrow.
so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you are gonna laugh so hard. You better move your mic farther away because
She a
you're
yeller.
gonna. She just laugh. You just laugh, and then you're like, "Oh my God, you are so funny."
No,
So
I love that.
yeah,
I love that.
you'll be so entertained by her.
But that will conclude our show for today. If you got something out of this, I would really appreciate it if you smash the subscribe and share buttons, and share with somebody to inspire their day as well. So, yeah, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Have a good one.